File attributes are metadata associated with computer files that define file system behavior. Each attribute can have one of two states: set and cleared. Attributes are considered distinct from other metadata, such as dates and times. File name extensions are file system permissions. In addition to files, folders, volumes and other file system objects may have attributes. Traditionally, in MS-DOS and Microsoft Windows, there were 4 attributes: archive, hidden, read-only and system. Windows has added new ones. Systems derived from 4.4 Bahamian dollars Lite, such as FreeBSD, NetBSD, OpenBSD, DragonFly BSD, and macOS, have sets of system and user attributes. Newer versions of the Linux kernel also support a set of file attributes. Types: DOS and Windows. Traditionally, in DOS and Microsoft Windows, files and folders accepted 4 attributes. Archive. When set, it indicates that the hosting file has changed since the last backup operation. Windows file system sets this attribute on any file that has changed. Backup software then has the duty of clearing it upon a successful backup. Hidden. When set, indicates that the hosting file is hidden. MS-DOS commands like dir and Windows apps like File Explorer do not show hidden files by default, unless asked to do so. System. When set, indicates that the hosting file is a critical system file that is necessary for the computer to operate properly. MS-DOS and Microsoft Windows use it to mark important system files. MS-DOS commands like dir and Windows apps like File Explorer do not show system files by default, even when hidden files are shown, unless asked to do so. Read-only. When set, indicates that a file should not be altered upon opening the file. File System API usually does not grant write permission to the requesting application, unless the application explicitly requests it. Read-only attributes on folders are usually ignored, being used for another purpose. As new versions of Windows came out, Microsoft has added to the inventory of available attributes on the NTFS file system, including but not limited to compressed. When set, Windows compresses the hosting file upon storage. For more information, see NTFS section file compression. Encrypted. When set, Windows encrypts the hosting file upon storage to prevent unauthorized access. For more information, see NTFS section encryption. Not content indexed. When set, indexing service or Windows search do not include the hosting file in their indexing operation. 4.4 Bahamian dollars Lite and derivatives. In 4.4 Bahamian dollars and 4.4 Bahamian dollars Lite, files and directories, folders, accepted 4 attributes that could be set by the owner of the file are the super user, the user attributes, and 2 attributes that could only be set by the super user, the system attributes. User. No dump. When set, it indicates that the file or directory should not be saved during a backup operation. User and system. Immutable. When set, indicates that the file or directory should not be altered. Attempts to open the file for writing. Create a file within the directory. Remove a file from the directory. Rename a file within the directory. Rename the file or directory, or remove the file or directory will fail with a permissions error. User and system. Append only. When set, indicates that the file should only be appended to user. Opaque. When set on a directory, indicates that the directory is opaque when viewed through a union stack. FreeBSD added some additional attributes, also supported by DragonFly BSD. User and system. No unlink. When set, indicates that the file or directory should not be renamed or removed. Attempts to rename or remove the file or directory will fail with a permissions error. FreeBSD also supports system. No archive. When set, indicates that the file or directory should not be archived. System. Snapshot. When set, indicates that the file or directory is a snapshot file. This attribute is maintained by the system, and cannot be set, even by the super user. Whereas DragonFly BSD supports user and system. No history. When set, indicates that history should not be retained for the file or directory. User. Swap cache. When set, indicates that clean file system data for the file, or for the directory and everything underneath the directory, should be cached in swap space on a solid-state disk. System. Swap cache. When set, indicates that clean file system data for the file, or for the directory and everything underneath the directory, should not be cached in swap space on a solid-state disk. System. Archived. When set, indicates that the file or directory may be archived. NetBSD added another attribute, also supported by OpenBSD. System. Archived. When set, indicates that the file or directory is archived. macOS added 3 attributes. User. Hidden. When set, indicates that the file or directory should not, by default, be displayed in the GUI. ls will display it. However, system. Restricted. When set, indicates that the file or directory will be protected by system integrity protection. User and system. Compressed. Read-only attribute for files compressed using HFS plus compression. Editing. In DOS, OS/2 and Windows. The attrib command in CMD. Exon command. Com can be used to change and display the 4 traditional file attributes. File Explorer in Windows can show the 7 mentioned attributes but cannot set a clearly system attribute. Windows PowerShell, which has become a component of Windows 7 and later, features 2 commands that can read and write attributes: getItemProperty and setItemProperty. To change an attribute on a file on Windows NT, the user must have appropriate file system permissions known as write attributes and write extended attributes. In 4.4 Bahamian dollars and 4.4 Bahamian dollars Lite and derivatives, the chalags and ls commands can be used to change and display file attributes. To change a user attribute on a file in 4.4 Bahamian dollars derived operating systems, the user must be the owner of the file or the super user. To change a system attribute, the user must be the super user. In Linux, the chatr and lsattr commands can be used to change and display file attributes. See also extended file attributes, hidden file and hidden directory, volume label, definition of DOS attrib on PC Magazine, hidden files in Unix-like operating systems at the Wayback Machine. Archived October 17, 2007.